Hello, my fellow YouTubers and TikTokers. Welcome to my laboratory. Let's go take a little peek. I decided to just hook up one side of the PMH, and I have the Bedini set up without the wheel turning. And interesting, but easy, and it wants to do more. There's a lot of energy coming out of the iron, it seems like. So let's go take a peek. And also, wow, I'll tell you, you can really tell I'm busy working on studies here. When in the video, if you look around the video, you'll see everything scattered, piled on top of each other. So it really does make sense to sometimes clean house. It's really a good feeling. All right, so let's check out something with the PMH and the wheel. Peace out. So got me all cleaned up. Had a problem with that first coil I made for the handle. Be careful when you put plastic ends on it. If it comes off, you're done. So all that wire wasted. So we're gonna have to rebuild it. Here we go. So we have the wheel turning. And when the wheel's not turning, the light's not on. But I got this side of the PMH. Negatives right here, and not that side. It's still open line. This over here, we're just doing one side, and I got 12 volts over here. I'm gonna go ahead and touch the other end, and look what happens in the center. The light comes on, and the wheel is reacting. You can even see the handle jumping up and down. So, let's see if I switch poles here. I'll put the negative over here. We'll bring that around. Let's see what happens now. Oh, look at the compass. Lights coming on, wheels reacting, compass is going nuts. All right, let's move the iron up just a little bit. Remember, we're not turning the wheel now. Now we're just working on energy through the wheel in different ways. All right. Look at that compass spin. NASCAR. So the magnets at south and north coming now. And I can tell because it's pulling the wheel. So let's go ahead and put the negative back over here. And let's go ahead and touch this side with the positive. It should push the wheel away, you would think. And look, that compass ain't going crazy like it was. Interesting. Very, very interesting. All right, bingo. Let's see what happens when I touch it when the wheels spin. I have to get that compass back. It might tell a story. There we do. Where'd the compass go? There it is. Here it is. Compass holder. Compass. Fire in the hole. Oh, now the compass is going to be reactive. Look at that. Ooh, I just got a spin out of that compass. Yeah, buddy. So the PMHs are going to be firing out of phase into each other. It's only one leg, guys. Interesting. And they're going to be hooked up to the coils that's going down into the chambers there, into the ground. Air core coils. Okay. Well, leave your comments. I'm just sitting here thinking. I didn't mean to be so quiet, but that was a cool experiment. This starts to bring in, more the other part of the circuit. And cool thing about the other part of the circuit is it brings the PMHs in. It brings in some capacitors so I can have my tank circuit, and it brings in both poles. Now, yeah, and the capacitor is up top. And then there's capacitors for the poles, capacitors for the PMH, and then there's capacitors for the high voltage for the electrostatics. There's some serious wacky, crazy stuff going on here, right? You would think. There's electrostatics, electromagnetism, there's displacement, there's realignment of molecules, there is capacitance, there's impedance, there's induction, and lots of iron. And that's the fascinating thing. I was looking in Ed's picture with all that damn iron with him with that wheel. I knew there was more to it. Why would he put all the chains? Why would he put the hoist hanging, the bicycle on the side? Everything's got chains around it. He wanted more iron. The more iron he could have, the more displacement he could have. And you need them big boulders needed a lot of back displacement, a lot of realignment and a lot of displacement. Because if you're going to sit there and move a 10-ton rock, and you're going to atomically realign the molecules in the rock and move over, as I said yesterday, on mass, moving over the alignment and realigning and moving over to where you're making a plate, say on the coral rock, on the bottom side, that's a negative. When Earth's naturally a negative, that rock should hover up and stay off the ground, but, a certain level off the ground. So if you want that to go off the ground even more, you need more displacement. You need more iron. You need more pieces to counterbalance the weight versus gravity itself. Because once the poles are flipped atomically, I believe you own that son bitch. And nobody's got a video out there yet. Maybe this guy will. Anyway, yeah, a lot to think about, unpack. I want you to leave your damn comments. I love reading what you guys say. And I do get back to you. I do comment. And I want another, hey, Vinny, questions. Because if you see my past video where I drew out the planet Earth, I gave it its, It's Nolan's cross. It's got a rotation on the vertical, and that means there's got to be a rotation on the horizontal. And then you look at all the rays of the primary colors that are coming in. North pole is the green light and the green wave length, a frequency, and these are coming in from these sun particles and the solar flares that our magnetic sphere is enough to push away, but enough to absorb, sort of like shearing, and it comes in fractally, slows down, the gases get a hold of it, then it gets absorbed up into our poles. The green comes down through the North Pole, yellow, red, and blue come up through the South Pole, and those frequencies, and then you have that positioning. So if you haven't seen the video I posted out before, please check it out. There's a lot there I was trying to unpack to you guys, but you know, most of you guys get it, but if you don't ask questions, I'd be happy to answer. There's no such thing as a dumb question. There'll be no questions at all. Peace out.